Another Mastermind hit.
What's up? What's up? I'm back. Screen is playing with me again. All right, I'm back here, and today we're reviewing Cure Ohio's Pax Pod in conjunction with a device called a Pax Era. So, first thing I want to do is just show you what the device, the packaging. Let's go over the packaging for this. This here is the Cure Ohio, but they have it Coco. Pax Era cartridge. So this is their packaging, and most things are pretty easy to get out the box, but this one you have to push in the back here with your finger, and then you have to push on the sides here to get it open, and then it slides out like that. Definitely kids not going to be able to get in this one. Let's see here. Now the battery is really light. They sell these for 20 bucks at the dispensary, and they're pretty nice devices. But what I want to do is show you one of the main reasons why I got this, because obviously, I already have one of these if you just watched my last video. And a couple things. First off, on this device, I don't have no way of knowing the battery strength, but on this Pax Era, I can just shake it and it will show me 4 lights showing me that the battery is fully charged. And another thing that this Pax Era does, and I'm going to show you a demonstration of this, is it actually connects to your phone through the Pax app. So I'm going to go ahead and link us into my phone so we can see what's going on with the screen here. Give me a second here to switch back over to this. Let's see. All right, now you're seeing my screen on my phone right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull up the Pax app, and there you can see the device. Now right now it's not connected, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shake it and it's gonna light up blue, and now you see I'm getting a blank screen because there is no pod in it. Oh well, there it is. Took a second. All right, so now I just take my pod, which you can get a close-up on that. And this is very different than, let's say, the clutch pod, or luster pods, as they call them. You can see the difference between the two here. That's the only thing I don't like about that, is it time out fast. So, my phone is on a timeout, so that's why the screen went blank. All right, so right now I'm showing you the screen for the Pax Era. This is also the same app for the Pax flower vaporizer. Now what I want to show you guys, you can go all the way down here to 430 and go all the way up to 790. Okay, now I'm staying somewhere in here. Also, I want to show you guys that this session control, this is really what's got me going here. You can put it on micro, small, medium, or large, and this will basically set a dosing in there so you will get a specific amount of medicine so you're not burning unnecessary medicine. So I'm gonna put it on micro, and I'm gonna use it right here live so you can see exactly what's happening. I know you guys may be talking to me in the comments and they're not showing up on the screen, but don't worry about that, because I will go back here in a second and read your comments if you're talking to me. So bear with me so I can get through this part. So all you do with this, because this is already fully charged, as you can see the battery level is at the top, on the top left hand corner, is just hit it. And you see it goes to lockout. And so that means it already got the dose. But if I feel like I didn't get a dose, I can just cancel that. Session control, put it back on micro. And I'm gonna take a smaller tub. And you see, that's what it is. Now, if I adjust it, now the whole idea is to make you take a break in between your inhales. So something else is you can override this by hitting cancel, and the session control will go back to off mode. Now you put it on medium and you take a hit. You see how it didn't clear that, I didn't clear that progress bar this time. So it's definitely hitting a lot different with this dose. So for those that want that heavy hitter, and I'm still not all the way there. I'm 97%. So, and then it tells me, okay, it's time to take a break. Now, while I'm taking a break, I can look into this. This is a list of all the different pods and their test results. So what I can do is say, okay, right now I know this is do-si-do. So all I do is type in just how it's spelled on the actual device, because they all spell them differently. You see there's do-si. My keyboard's in the way. Now there it is. Now I hit this, and now I hit test results. And then I click on this, and this is gonna give me a lot of a good, useful additional information. I'm gonna get a complete list of the cannabinoids, terpene profiles, and you can see there's a THC there. I'm getting my THCV, my THCA, my CBG, my CBGA, my CBC. Then we look at our terpene profile, and you know, it looks like we have some linalool and some finchol. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, because I haven't seen that before. And as you can also look at the safety results down for pesticides, heavy metal, and a mycotoxin and microbial, this stuff was all passed. So this is a little bit different certificate of analysis than what I'm used to seeing, but it is still from the same lab, North Coast Testing Laboratories. Shout out North Coast. I'd like to come see y'all in action one day and see what y'all got going on. Hey, Rita, I'm glad you showing me that my comments are working. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm a Pax user, so I'm not trying to sell Pax, but I am telling you that when you look at some of the other devices that we can purchase, this one is going to have a lot of different information. And then I'm going to go back here to the feature screen. So, you know, you could play around with this, because say maybe you want to get it down to like 400. Maybe you want to make sure you taste terps. And see, it still set me on that same dose path, even though I lowered the temperature. And a lot of other batteries, you know, they lower the voltage, but we're not talking about voltage. We're talking about degrees of heat. So at 473, for somebody who doesn't want something that's going to burn their throat, this is the answer here, because then you can fine tune this to what you like and figure out what dose is good for you. And actually, once you set it with the app, as long as you don't change pods, it will actually remember. No, it's only designed, it's a Pax device with a Pax pod. So it doesn't interchange with other devices. Now there might be some generic device that does it. I can't say that that's impossible, because I've seen that. But as far as to get everything that we're doing right here, you have to have one of their pods, because somehow it reads that pod a certain way. I guess there's like a computer chip in there maybe, or some way that it knows what pod you're using. Now there's also another device called a Pax Era Pro, and that one has a couple additional features like haptic feedback, so it kind of vibrates when you hit it. No, it doesn't work with the other devices, but I wish the other devices had these kind of features. So now I'm on lockout mode, and now it's telling me to take a break. So, you know, sometimes we gotta take a break on our medicine, because sometimes it takes a minute for us to catch up to what's happening with the medicine. So I think this is a smart idea, but then for those who don't want to be locked out, you can just hit cancel and go about whatever you want to do and keep going. As far as the cost goes, as I said before, the battery was $20. The cost of the oil itself was typical cost somewhere between $50 and $60 a unit for a half a gram. You know, when I look at comparing it to other batteries that we have in our program, like for example the Luster Pod, I found out that the Luster Pod is heavier. Even the pod itself is heavier. The whole setup is heavier. This is very light. This is so light that when you put it in your pocket, you won't even feel that it's in there. It's that light, and then there's no way that it can accidentally go off in your pocket because there is no buttons on this device. How does it charge? It charges with a basic standard micro USB charger. So, and it does come with a really nice longer charger than expected. You know, a lot of times you get these, you know, these small ones like this one here, you know, and it's not that big. And I thought maybe I had it nearby me, but well, actually I do. This is the cord you get with this. And so that's a nice size cord for a little tiny vaporizer. So like I said, the things that make me, and I like the oil that is in the Luster Pod. I wish we could just interchange them all. If I was talking to all the cultivators out there, I would tell you that from a patient standpoint, I like being able to control my device. I like to have options, whether it's, and I want to know my battery life. And like I said before, with this device, it just lights up, and I really don't know what else is going on with it. I don't know what the exact temperature is. I'm sure Grow High would tell me maybe, but I think there's a lot of information I'm not getting here. You know, that's my feedback on it. I think that, you know, this device is going to be about the same cost as the other devices, and you know, you only got to buy the battery once. It does come with a 1-year warranty as well, so that's another plus. And you know, I haven't heard anything really bad about Pax and their warranty based on people I've spoken to who have actually filed claims. So that's something to consider if you are thinking about purchasing one of these. I'm not saying that all the other ones are bad. I'm just saying, as far as having control over what's happening with the device, this Pax Era provides the most options of control. Now, another setback would be is that iPhone has blocked all the Pax apps. So if you have an iPhone, you won't be able to use the app. However, there are things you can do with the device without it being connected to the app. Like as I showed you before, you can find out when the battery is good, and you can also connect it to an Android tablet. You can download the app there, and you will be able to use it. So it doesn't have to necessarily be a phone. It just needs to be an Android device with Bluetooth. So there are ways around the little iPhone thing. And I am aware that that is something that iPhone did right in the middle of the vaping debacle crisis that everybody was so worried about. So, you know, I get it, you know, so if you're an iPhone user, you might not be excited about this app like I am. But if you just want to have control of the device and know what's going on with it, is something you can just keep set. No matter which cartridge you put in there, once you set it, it's still going to have the same draw and everything. I got a couple different carts that I tried. I tried Do-Si-Dos, and I tried Kimbo Kush, and they was both really pretty good. The Kimbo Kush, I think it's still more of a hybrid to me, but it still can put you down if you hit too much. The Do-Si-Do pod, I think, is a indica. It's listed as an indica, and it feels like an indica if you hit on it too long. But I also want to point one more thing out before I go, is that I've been hitting this for a week now, and it doesn't look like any has come out of it. I don't know how they engineered it. I don't know how they could have got the oil this far up in the mouthpiece, but I have no negative experience with this device so far. And I definitely have not had any clogging with this device either. I know that's a big issue with cartridges and pods in general, is the clogging. So this is even with me laying it down flat, it still has not clogged. So that's something to consider. And they did have a decent amount of strains available. So like I said, I think it's something that if you like it, you like cartridges, you should definitely check them out. If you're still new to vaping with cartridges, it'll probably be better off for you to go ahead and just get something more entry level, like the Luster Pod Kit. And then, you know, if you want to get more advanced, then maybe you move up to the Pax. But it's certainly preference. And I know there's a lot of other devices out there, but I feel like, you know, within our program, you know, they're trying to get us to waste our money on all these edge devices. I really would like to narrow it down to having one battery that does everything I need and not have to change out of all these batteries. So that's the next device somebody needs to create, is the universal device that you can stick a pod in there or cartridge in there, just do everything in that one device. That will save us all this trouble and all this extra money for the batteries. But yeah. You know, I appreciate you guys being here for my follow-up review video. I know it's a little bit different, but I will fine-tune it over the next several weeks to make it a little bit better and make sure the comments are working and they're showing up on the screen so I can see what you guys are saying, because right now it doesn't show me, and that kind of annoys me. So I will talk to you guys later, and I will see you in the next review video. Peace.